How's it going, guys? It's Red, and in this video I'm going to be showing you guys a super powerful hybrid combat knife build that you guys could be using right now in Back 4 Blood. With this build, you guys should be able to easily get through Recruit and Veteran, and this build can even be taken into Nightmare. But before we get into that, if you're new here to the channel, make sure to leave a like on this video and subscribe for more awesome Back 4 Blood content, just like this. Also, make sure to check out the link to my Discord server. It's going to be down in the description below. You guys can use it to find teammates to play Back 4 Blood with, so if you guys are in some dire needed teammates, make sure to come check out the Discord server. And without further ado, I hope you guys enjoy the video. Alright, so here we are in the deck building menu in Back 4 Blood. This is going to be the complete deck list, so if you guys are just looking to copy and paste the deck, now is your time to do so. But for the remainder of this video, I'm just going to be talking about why every card is where it is, and just what role every card plays in the deck, and just everything like that. Now, here's the objective of this deck. We are going to be a hybrid melee build, which means that we are going to be using Combat Knife to, be able to use all of the abilities from all the best melee cards in the game without actually committing one of our weapon slots to an actual melee weapon. And while we get all of these upsides for, playing all these melee cards and using a quote-unquote melee weapon, that being the Combat Knife, we are still at the end of the day a gun deck that is going to use, guns and, get all the buffs for using guns, get all the damage buffs and all that good stuff. And it's going to be able to kill special infected really quick, while we can use things like Combat Knife to kill the common. Now, at the number 1 spot, we have Combat Knife, which turns our bash into a knife that counts as a melee weapon. Now, the most important part of this card is that it counts as a melee weapon, which means all of the melee cards are going to work for the Combat Knife. Now, this card's obviously the complete build around for the deck, so there isn't really much that needs to be said. The only thing that I want to tell you guys is that when you guys reload in the game, just make sure you spam the Combat Knife as much as you can. Now, at the number 2 spot, we have Face Your Fears, which says we gain 2 temporary health whenever we kill a Ridden within 2 meters, basically saying every time we kill a zombie with melee, we're going to get 2 temporary health, and with Combat Knife being our melee, that should be absolutely no problem. This is one of the best cards in the melee decks, and it's going to be one of the best cards in our deck. Now, at the number 3 spot, we have Cold Brew Coffee, which gives us plus 15% reload speed, 25% aim speed, weapon swap speed, and use speed. Now, like I said, this is a hybrid deck, so this isn't completely guns and it isn't completely melee. So we have to just kind of pick the best of the melee cards and the best of the gun cards and then just mix them both. And Cold Brew Coffee is one of, if not the best gun card in the entire game. It's going to do everything that we want. It's going to give us reload speed, aim speed, swap speed, and use speed, all for absolutely no downside. Now, number 4 is going to be Adrenaline Fueled, which says when we kill an enemy, we gain 7 stamina over 7 seconds, stacking up to 5 times. So this is obviously how we're just going to, be able to just clear out waves upon waves of common with our Combat Knife. But a really key interaction with this deck, it doesn't say when you kill an enemy using a melee weapon. It just says when you kill an enemy. So what we can do is we can absolutely just deplete our stamina Combat Knifing things and then use something like, I don't know, a pistol, an SMG, an AR to kill a bunch of enemies, and that can be how Adrenaline Fueled will fill up our stamina. Now, number 5 is going to be Berserker, which has gained 10% melee damage, 10% melee speed, and 5% move speed for each melee kill in the last 4 seconds. Now, this card is going to be one of the main reasons that we are going to be able to just absolutely clear out common, because, we get 10% melee damage and 10% melee speed for each melee kill in the last 4 seconds. So that means we're going to be getting like in between 4 to 6 charges. That's just assuming we are absolutely swarmed, but 4 to 6 charges every 4 seconds. That means we're going to be meleeing, in between 40 to 60% faster and doing 40 to 60% more melee damage. This is easily one of the best cards for melee decks right now, just in general, and it's still really good in these hybrid decks, and I do think that this card is just fantastic in this deck. Now, number 6 is going to be Large Caliber Rounds, which gives us plus 7.5 bullet damage and plus 200% bullet penetration. Now, the reason that this is in here is because it is the best gun damage card in the game. Like, this just does the most out of all the other bullet damage cards, and it has no downside. And with giving melee such a big damage buff with Berserker, we need to even it out with Large Caliber Rounds just to make it so everything's equal, so we can stay a hybrid build. Now, number 7 is going to be Rhythmic Breathing, which gives us plus 40% stamina. Now, it's obvious that, we're going to use this with the Combat Knife so we can melee more, but, we're a hybrid deck, so this is going to do double duty because this is going to make it so we can run away longer and just other convenient things like that, but this is mainly going to be in here for the melee aspect. Now, number 8 is going to be Wide Mouth Magwell, which gives us plus 30% reload speed and minus 5% damage resistance as a downside. Now, the reason this is in here is because we are not going to be an admin reload deck. We're not going to be, cheating our way into getting free reloads. Nope, we're just going to be manually reloading every single time because we can just use the combat knife while we're reloading, so it really won't be that bad. But getting some extra reload speed to get back in the action that much quicker is also really good. Now, number 9 is going to be Vanguard, which says melee kills grant 1 temporary health to you and nearby teammates. Now, this card really shines when you and your team are holed up into kind of like a smallish room, and you, being pretty much the melee player of the team, are going to be bottlenecking the door, just meleeing every common that, comes in your path, and you are going to be gaining your team a significant amount of health. Like, you're honestly going to be the healer of the team when you guys get stuck into small rooms or, you guys are really close together. You are going to be doing a lot of work for your team. Now, number 10 is going to be Ammo Mule, which gives us plus 75% ammo capacity with minus 5% move speed as the downside. Now, the move speed isn't really that big of a deal because we're not trying to be a speedrun deck, and 5% isn't really anything, you know what I mean? And for the overwhelmingly good side, we get plus 75% ammo capacity. I'll totally take move speed as a downside. Now, the reason we want ammo capacity is because we are going to be shooting our guns a lot. Like, we're going to be shooting almost more than we're going to be meleeing because we're a hybrid deck. So we're doing half and half. We're not trying to lean more one way than the other. And with ARs, they go through ammo really quick. And like I said earlier, I do think that ARs just are the way to go with this deck. It's my preferred method, and they go through a lot of ammo, and you need a card for that. Now, number 11 is going to be High Vis Sights, which gives us plus 30% aim speed. This one's really simple. I mean, the reason this is in here is just because making any gun aim faster is just good, but ARs specifically have a bit of a slower ADS. Like, not as slow as something like a sniper rifle, but I mean, they don't exactly have the fastest ADS, and just giving them that little boost is good. And I mean, it just helps us out a lot. Now, number 12 is going to be Numb, which says gain 15% damage resistance while you have temporary health. Now, this is essentially just saying plus 15% damage resistance, because we're always going to have temp health because we have Face Our Fears, which gives us temporary health for just meleeing a common. Now, number 13 is going to be Reload Drills, which gives us plus 20% reload speed. Now, this is in here for the same reason that Wide Mouth Magwell's in here, but it's just a worse Wide Mouth Magwell. But unfortunately, we do have to play it because the only other good reload card is Mag Coupler, and I'm not trying to disable the deck's aim down sights because, like I said, we are also a gun deck, not just a melee deck. And for the number 14 and 15 spot, these are both going to be in here for the exact same reason, that being Shredder and Ridden Slayer. Now, if you don't know what these do, Shredder says each bullet hit causes the target to take 1% increased damage for 3 seconds, stacking up to 15%, and Ridden Slayer says plus 20% weak spot damage. Now, these are both in here for the same reason, that just being DPS, and this is, kind of just for like a finale situation when you guys are getting to the end of the campaign and you guys need to be able to deal with more special infected than normal. You guys need to be able to do more damage than normal because, like I said earlier, the combat knife isn't particularly great at killing special infected. I mean, as it shouldn't be. So, I mean, when special infected come around, that's when you're going to need to be using your gun more. And then the common is when you use, your combat knife and get all those really cool upsides. But, I mean, overall, just when the finale comes, you need to be able to do more damage, and these cards are going to help you do that. Well, that's going to do it for the video, guys. Make sure to leave a comment down below telling me any deck changes that you guys would make. And as always, if you happen to enjoy the video, make sure to leave a like and subscribe to my channel for more awesome Back 4 Blood content just like this. Also, make sure to check out the link to my Discord server. It's going to be down in the description below. You guys can use it to find teammates to play Back 4 Blood with. So if you guys are in some dire needed teammates, make sure to come check out the Discord server. And until next time, it's been Red, and I'll see you guys in the next video.